I be on that kryptonite, straight up on that kryptonite. Who am I? Motherfucker. I be on that. I be on that.
You felt a warm and tight hug behind you while you were washing the dishes. The person who did that to you was your long term boyfriend who also lived in your apartment. He rested his chin on your shoulder and securely wrapping his arms around your small waist. Babe, let's go upstairs, he said and kissed your neck. You hit his arms and say, Shut up, Jungkook. I know what's your plan. I'm just kidding. You are so serious. I know you are tired, and since I'm a gentleman, I'll give you time to recover. So maybe later at night again? Yeah, Jungkook! Fine. You're really a short tempered person. That's why I really enjoy to tease you. You may go now before you miss the bus. How about you? What time is your work? Later at 1 in the afternoon. Okay, old habit. I'll pick you up later. Let's go home together. You remove his hand and face him. Cool. Don't you have a plan to go home? You've been coming home for almost 7 months here in my apartment. What if your parents get mad at me? He corners you at the sink and kisses your lips. Don't worry, they know I'm here with my wife. You flick his forehead and say, Excuse me, I'm not your wife. We're not married yet. Soon? By the way, tomorrow we will know the results for our audition. Once we accepted, I will save some money, then we will get married. You and Jungkook met during college days. The reason why you became close to each other is because you were both members of a theater group that always performed at the university. You and Jungkook were often partners in a play, and because of that, you quickly bonded and your relationship ended up being serious. You start dating until you finish your college. Your both dream is to become a famous theater actress and actor, and Europe is your dream destination. However, there are no good opportunities has come yet. For the meantime, Jungkook applied to a company, you as well. But maybe you were unlucky that day because you were not accepted while Jungkook was accepted. You didn't lose hope. You applied again to other company, but again you failed. You experience repeated failures to the point where you get tired and lost hope. Good thing Jungkook was always there for you. Since you love makeup, Jungkook recommended you to his friend's salon so that you don't get the press of repeated rejection you experience. You did a good job at that parlor and you are happy with what you are doing. Since you start making money, you move to a small apartment to be independent. But you only moved 2 weeks ago. Jungkook also moved to your apartment and live like a married couple. 1 month ago, a good opportunity came. A famous theater group in London is looking for a new actresses and actors for their new project. They will perform all over the world. You and Jungkook immediately submitted an audition video since it was open to applicants throughout the country. The next day, after Jungkook's office work, he picked you up at the parlor where you work. You had dinner at the normal restaurant, and when you got home at around 9 o'clock at night, you checked your emails together to find out if you two were accepted. You heard a loud screams that full of happiness and excitement from Jungkook's mouth. after he found out that he got accepted. You were a little bit sad because you didn't pass, although you were happy with your boyfriend. Congratulations, Ko, as you hug him. Thank you, babe. Until he broke the hug and took your phone and saw that you didn't pass. You failed? He said while staring at your phone. You smile and say, it's okay, maybe theater isn't really for me. Jungkook previously happy face turns sad because he can see it in your face, the disappointment again in yourself. Few days pass. You start noticing that Jungkook wasn't excited and didn't want to talk about the theater. He wasn't taking care of his documents or what. Something is bothering your mind. So even though you know it's wrong, you check his email since you know his password. And that's where you saw a long apology letter saved in his draft. It's an apology letter for the theater group who hired him. He doesn't want to accept their offers because he don't want to leave you. He doesn't want you to think that he is better than you. Jungkook knows that you belittle yourself after many failures happens in your life. And because of that, he decided to stay on your side because he knows you needed him. When you read the letter, you didn't know how you would feel. You were thankful because your boyfriend was concerned about you. You also felt guilty and anger towards yourself because for you, you were the reason why Jungkook couldn't fulfill his dream. You are an obstacle in his life, and above all, your failure will pull him down. These past few days, Jungkook always to be alone. Every time you ask him if he is okay, he just smile and answer, "Of course I'm okay." He tried to be okay, but deep inside, he's not. And he is in pain. You enter your room where Jungkook was. You lay down next to him and hug him. Ko, can we talk? He opened his eyes and looked at you. What is it? About the theater. Actually, I realize there's no need to leave. I have a job here. I'm happy here. So I decided to turn down their offer. But, Ko, babe, my decision is final. I want to sleep. Good night. As he turned his back on you. You also notice that he started distancing himself on you. You're afraid that the time will come he blames you. So before that happens, you will find a way to make him angry with you. You know for yourself that Jungkook really wants to go to London. You clearly saw what he wrote on his computer. Quote, I hope I don't regret on my decision. And if he is really decided, why hasn't he sent his apology letter yet? It means he's having a second thought. Because the truth is, he really wants to achieve his dreams, but because of you, he is confused. For a few days, Jungkook wakes up without you by his side. Every time he picks you up from your work, your co-workers tells him that you are already left with a guy. You come home late. Jungkook even more get angry because he always saw a guy who is sending you home. Still, Jungkook don't want to jump in any conclusion. He believes that you can cheat on him. The day went on, and the same thing happened. His patience ran out, so the night you came home, he confronted you. Basically, this is what you are waiting for. When you enter the house, Jungkook suddenly grabbed your hand and pulled you into the living room and made you sit on the sofa while he was standing in front of you. Who's that guy, babe? Why are you always with him? What's your relationship with that guy? You look at his eyes without a sign of any fear and answer him. That guy is my boyfriend. I'm in love with that guy. What do I have to do? I'm not happy with you anymore. But I don't want to lose you. Jungkook furrowed his brows and angrily grabbed your arm tightly. You're just kidding me, right? I hope so. I'm just kidding. However, what I said is true. Jungkook's face turned red in anger. He took the frame and broke it because he couldn't control his anger. You throw away our 6 years relationship just for that man? Because he's the one that makes my heart beat. Since I don't want to lose you because we've been together for a long time, we can still continue our relationship, but I won't focus on you. Are you insane? You are not the YN that I know. Everything changes. So, you want to play? To be fair, I sleep with you for 3 days, and the other days with my new boyfriend. What do you think? Jungkook clenched his jaw and punched the wall because he felt so angry. Ever since I didn't play in our relationship, if you want to play, then it's better to end our relationship. We're done, YN, he said and hurriedly went upstairs. In less than 20 minutes, he came down with his things. I hope you will be happy with your new toy. You just look down and avoid looking at him because you know you can't handle it if you see the man you love with all your heart leaving and never coming back to you. You heard the door open. Later on, it closed. You walked to the kitchen to get a dustpan and a broom to clean the broken frame until you noticed your feet was bleeding. As you realize, you step on the broken glass on the floor. But why don't you feel any pain? The only pain that you feel is in your heart. You fell on your knees. At that point, you couldn't stop yourself as you burst into tears. You pulled your clothes until it turned because you really felt disgusted with yourself for what you said in front of Jungkook. You act like a slut just to make Jungkook leave you. Maybe other people won't understand you, but for you, this is the only way you thought. The next day, you didn't go to work. You just lock yourself in your room all day. What you did makes you lower your self-esteem, and because of that, you don't want to socialize with other people anymore. You ended up resigning your work and going back to your hometown in the province. Actually, you didn't really cheat on Jungkook. That guy is your childhood friend. It's his first time in Seoul, so he asked you to tour him. And this is the opportunity you use to make Jungkook believe that you have a relationship with that guy. After you returned to the province, there was no news about Jungkook. You're still following him in social media, but under a different name. 5 months later, you open a makeup tutorial channel on YouTube, but you hide your identity and you don't show your face. You're always wearing a face mask and cap. You also have a model for your tutorial. It didn't take long, your channel became famous. People got intrigued of your real identity, if who really you are. You also start receiving projects as a makeup artist with a famous artist. You are happy with what happened to yourself. Even though your face and identity are hidden, you still achieved something within yourself by your own. 1 year after you and Jungkook broke up, you receive a call to be a makeup artist for a famous actor. So you need to go back to Seoul. It just so happened that you're going to attend to your college reunion too. Actually, you don't have any plans to went to the reunion because there was a chance that Jungkook would also go there. But after you saw his update on his social media that his group was on tour, you decided to attend. Jungkook became a famous theater actor now. You attended the reunion and talked to your old acquaintances without them knowing that you are the mysterious famous makeup artist. Everyone's asking you about Jungkook. Of course, you knew you were a couple. All of them got surprised when you told them that you broke up already, even before he became famous. They asked a lot of questions, but you only give them limited answers. 10 p.m. You decided to go back to the hotel where you stayed because your appointment tomorrow is so early. You're about to leave when you hear screaming. Your curiosity hits you, so you follow where they are looking at. And there you saw the man you tried to forget, but you couldn't. He looks so differently. You can really tell he's successful now. You just stare at him in the distance. Not even once you envy of Jungkook's achievements. You were happy with what happened in his life, and even though it hurts, you are ready to accept it. If Jungkook found a new love, you didn't think you would get back together because you knew to yourself that what you did to Jungkook was unacceptable. And if you were to be asked if that would ever happen again, is that what you're still going to do? Your answer will be a big yes. Because of what you did, even you two got hurt. Look at him now. He has fulfilled his dream and you have found yourself also where you belong. While you and Jungkook are far away from each other, you've realized one thing. There are really things you know it's what you want, but it's not meant for you. Jungkook is busy talking to his old friends, but he also looking around like he's looking for someone until he finally sees you. Your eyes met for a second. You freeze and just staring at each other. Later on, he smiled at you. However, you didn't see it because you immediately bow and walk away. You believe that Jungkook hates you and feel disgusted on you. After you freshen up, you lay on the bed and took your phone. As you saw, Jungkook just updated on his Instagram. He posted pictures of the whole class, but there were one person missing. You. You are the only one not in the picture. They were all happy except for Jungkook. He looked sad. I hope we never meet again. It still hurts for me to remember that we are done. I think this is the right time to forget you. Good luck and goodbye forever. You said and unfollow him. At the same time, you deleted your fake account that was used to follow him in his social media. You're waiting inside the makeup room, waiting for the actor to arrive so you can start your work as a makeup artist. As usual, you are wearing a facial mask and a cap so you won't be recognized. You heard he was going to do a photo shot with a famous clothing line. Later on, the door opened, and a man came in holding a coffee. You bowed and greeted him. Good morning, sir. I am your makeup artist for today. Good morning. Your heart pounding so fast. After you recognized the voice of the person in front of you, you slowly lifted your head as your whole body shaking when you saw Jungkook standing in front of you. He sat down and placed the coffee on the desk. Shall we start? He said. You didn't answer. Instead, you just nodded for fear that he would recognize you. I'm sure he won't recognize me since I'm wearing a face mask and cap. You're convincing yourself again and again that he won't recognize you. While doing his makeup, you can't help but to look into his eyes. Your hands started to sweat because of the nervousness and tension you feel, especially when you see him just staring into your eyes. I heard you're a famous makeup artist. Still, you didn't answer. I'm glad you found what really makes you happy. YN. You look at his eyes and swallow your own saliva. You didn't expect him to recognize you. He slowly removed your face mask and hat. How are you? He asked and smiled. How did you know that it's me? How can I not recognize you? Remember, we've been together for a long time. I'm your fan. Every time I miss you, I just watch in your channel. Why did you block me? You shouldn't talk to me. You should be angry with me because I cheated on you. Yes, I got mad at you that time. But after I came back to my senses, I realized you are not that kind of person. You are so pure and innocent. I know you read what was written on my laptop. The next day, I want to go to you to beg you to forgive me for breaking up with you. But then I realized maybe you want to achieve something without me by your side. For 6 years, I've been always by your side. I didn't let you to stand on your own feet. So instead of going to you, I let you find yourself without me. Well, I fulfill my dream, so I wouldn't make you disappointed on me. Then, if that case, thank you. Thank you for letting me find myself. Thank you for achieving your dreams. And thank you for not believing that I'm slut. He stood up and placed you in his warm embrace. Stop thinking like that. I miss you. I miss you so much. You sub your face on his chest and hug him tight. Me too. I miss you. Remember I told you I would save money and then we would get married? I remember that. I have enough money here. Then can we get married now? I don't want to be separated from you again. But we haven't been back together yet. And Jungkook laugh and say, then let's just skip that part. Let's just think we didn't break up. After you found out that Jungkook didn't believe that you cheated on him, you finally told him the truth, that you just lied and who that man really was. At that point, your self-esteem returned and finally introduced yourself to the public, your real identity. After 5 months, you and Jungkook got married. He came back to the country and focused on local theater and making movies and dramas since the showbiz industry opened a big opportunity to your husband. The end. Thank you for watching Koobies. Good night. Jungkook is the one who requested you to be his makeup artist to get you back.